This video should help you understand that plagiarism is a form of theft and it is not allowed. Plagiarism is theft. It's the appropriation of someone else's idea. This is a more detailed definition from the free online dictionary site of Merriam-Webster. What is plagiarism? It's using a passage from any source without indicating that it is taken from an original source. It's called plagiarism and is not condoned in scholarly writing. Plagiarism is considered an act of intellectual dishonesty since it is representing someone else's writing as one's own. Additionally, plagiarism is word-for-word copying of sentences or paragraphs from one or more sources. Using another person's ideas, work, or research data without appropriate acknowledgement. Also, plagiarism is copying computer files in whole or in part without indicating their origin. Or it's closely paraphrasing sentences or paragraphs from one or more sources without appropriate acknowledgement. How does plagiarism occur? With an inexperienced writer, they incorporate phrases that aren't their own and without full realization of what they are doing. The consequences of plagiarism at Amity. If you read your student handbook, you will find that plagiarism is academic dishonesty, cheating. A student receives a 0 for the grade. Students must redo the work. Students' parents, administrator, and counselor are notified, and a referral is submitted to the office for discipline. So how do I avoid plagiarism? You distance myself from the text. Close the book if you're using a book, or minimize the website after you've read part of it, and then explain in my own words the meaning of the text. You can avoid plagiarism by not handing in someone else's paper and acting as if it's your own. So avoiding plagiarism, learning how to paraphrase, learning how to directly quote, and always cite sources. This is how you paraphrase. First, you want to bullet key points that are made in your research. You want to make sure that you use your own words. And also always give citation credit for where you took the original idea from. In this slide, you see EasyBib where there is a note-taking feature. You want to click on the Notes and Outline tab at the top of the page. In this particular view, you see that I already am in my World Religions project and I already have sources listed. Once I click on the Notes and Outline tab and it's open, I can add a new note by pressing the button that says New Note. In this view, I'm seeing a place that I can put the title for my note. I can pull down this arrow and my sources that I've already entered into EasyBib will be listed there. Very easy to indicate which source I'm taking my information from. If I have a direct quote that I'm using, I put it in this spot. If I'm paraphrasing and bulleting key ideas, I'm putting it in the paraphrasing piece. And I'm remembering to save my note. Here is a page from a book, and it says today's Christians. Of the more than 2 billion Christians in the world today, about 1.1 billion are Roman Catholics. I don't want that whole sentence. I only want the piece of information that says 2 billion Christians in the world today. So that's how I'm going to bullet it in my paraphrasing piece. Here's another source I'm using. It says Chapter 2, Christianity's Founders, and I'm particularly interested in the second sentence. But all Christians have the same core beliefs which center on the teachings of Jesus Christ. So here you see that using the title Christianity, Population and Founder, I've pulled down to the correct source, Don Nardo, Christianity. That's the book. And I decided I was going to use a direct quote from the book. A young Jew from the town of Nazareth, Jesus began preaching in Palestine sometime in the 20s CE for Common Era. And here are my two paraphrase bullet key points. More than 2 billion Christians, and they follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. Note, you might not have a direct quote for each note that you're taking, but you should certainly have key bullet points listed. Then you want to make sure you click Save Note. In this view, I have made 2 notes. They're condensed. They show me the title of both of my notes. If I want to expand them, I'm going to click on the left navigation bar where it says Source Descending. When I do, I get this expanded version showing my paraphrasing and the source and so on. I can copy and paste from here, or I can print from this screen. I can put it in a Word document, do whatever I'd like to do. Keep taking notes, making sure to paraphrase and cite your sources correctly. This ends